Welcome to The Explainer. Look, every leader out there needs to get this. We're going to cut through all the noise and talk about a massive shift in AI. We're talking two totally different eras, and more importantly, how this new era is completely rewriting the rules for leadership. So let's just kick things off with a pretty pointed question for you. Is your business still stuck using yesterday's AI? Because a fundamental shift has already happened. And if you're using the wrong model, well, you're not just falling behind. You're completely missing the boat on a total transformation. All right, so to really get a handle on this revolution, we got to go back to the beginning. Let's quickly break down what that first era of AI was all about. Okay, so AI 1.0, you can basically think of it as a rule-based system. It's like a super smart but very rigid assistant. You give it a strict set of if this, then that instructions, and man, it will follow them to the letter, perfectly, every single time. It's fantastic for specific, repetitive stuff, but here's the catch. It literally cannot think outside of that box you built for it. And these characteristics right here, they really tell the whole story. This AI was built for one primary purpose: cutting costs, making things more efficient, automating predictable tasks. But its biggest weakness, the thing that held it back, was that it just couldn't adapt. It couldn't learn from new information or deal with anything it hadn't been explicitly programmed for. Okay, now let's jump ahead to the main event, the revolution that is AI 2.0. And I want to be really clear here. This is not just some small update. It's not a version 1.1. We are talking about a totally different kind of intelligence. The huge difference is right there in the name, learning systems. This thing doesn't just follow rules. It actually learns from massive amounts of data. Using things like deep learning, it starts to see these really complex, hidden patterns. The kind of insights that, honestly, no human or old-school AI could ever find. And this is what changes the game for your business. We're going way past just recognizing simple patterns. Now we're talking about predictive analytics. Think about that. It's the difference between getting a report on what already happened versus getting a forecast of what's going to happen. AI stops being just an automation tool and becomes a real strategic partner in making those big, tough decisions. This side-by-side really just puts it all in black and white, doesn't it? I mean, look at that jump in what it can do, from finding simple patterns to actually predicting what's next. And adaptability, from being totally stuck in its ways to learning all the time. One system is looking in the rearview mirror, and the other is looking at the road ahead. That right there, that's everything. Okay, so all this theory is great, but let's make it real. Let's take a super simple business problem and see how each of these AIs would handle it. Same problem, two very different approaches. So, picture this. Your team has a spreadsheet. It's just historical stock data. Dates, closing prices, nothing fancy. A totally normal thing to analyze, right? Okay, now let's feed this exact same spreadsheet to both versions of AI. And what do we get? Two completely different results from the exact same data. The old AI, AI 1.0, it looks backward. It tells you the historical highs and lows. I mean, that's useful, I guess, but it's totally reactive. AI 2.0, on the other hand, looks forward. It finds those hidden patterns to actually predict where the market might go. It turns that same data into a powerful, proactive tool. Yeah, this quote just nails it. The jump from 1.0 to 2.0 isn't about doing the same old stuff just a little bit better or faster. It's about being able to do things you could never, ever do before. It's a complete transformation of what's possible. So what does this actually mean for you, for the people in the C-suite? Well, AI 1.0 was pretty much the CIO's playground, right? It was all about efficiency, process, cutting costs. But AI 2.0 is a whole different ballgame. It's about driving productivity and generating revenue. And this is where things get really interesting because suddenly the line between the CIO and the COO starts to blur. Technology strategy and business operations strategy, they're becoming the exact same thing. This shift in strategy is absolutely huge. First, you're going from being reactive to being predictive. You're not just analyzing the past, you're actively shaping the future. And second, AI is no longer just a tool for simple tasks. It's a partner for your most complex decisions. So for any leader listening, this means the game has changed. Winning isn't about who has the best tech anymore. It's about who has the business savvy to ask the right questions of that tech to get the right outcomes. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you're looking at AI in your own company, the real question isn't just about the technology. It's about your mindset. Is your entire strategy built to react to what's already happened, or is it built to predict what's coming next? Because here's the bottom line. Before you can even think about implementing the tech of AI 2.0, you have to build a culture that's ready for it. And that right there is the real job of a leader today.